I'm not expected to make a winter wrap-up parody every time I do one of these, am I? Because September doesn't fit as well as August. What's up, World Wide Web? Welcome to my September book wrap-up! I read a total of 7 books this month, which is not bad, considering I had a musical I was in. Start us off, the first book I read this month, I started in August. I was actually reading it during the time I was filming my last wrap-up. And that is Hollow City by Ransom Riggs. That is a sequel to Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. I don't want to say too much about it because it's a sequel, kind of talking about the plot, sort of spoils the plot for the first one, and if you haven't read the first one or the second one, that's not good. So I'm gonna say I enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think I liked the first one better. It was still enjoyable. There was just a couple things. Second book I read this month is Legend by Maria Lu. I actually read a library copy of the book. I just bought this the other day, the start of October, because it was $4. And it's like, well, I read it and I did enjoy it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. It's actually a lot shorter than I thought it was. When I picked it from the library, it was like, oh, that's actually not that long. So I read it in a day. When I began to read it, the first couple of chapters, I was like, I liked it, but I didn't. It was a weird sort of feeling. And then as I continued, I was like, this is actually really, really good. It's like a dystopian kind of thing. America is split in half, and it's the East Coast is one sort of nation, the West Coast is one nation. But there's also these people who kind of want to go back to being united, but no one actually thinks the United States existed, and it's sort of this weird government propaganda kind of thing going on. And what I really liked about this book is it's sort of a dual point of view. Each chapter is different. I don't think they actually have chapter titles, or what chapter it is. It just says June, who's a girl, and then day, and then June, day. So I actually don't know how many chapters there is in this book, but I really like it. In the end was a bit sad, and I really want to continue the series. So pretty much the basic sort of plot, without giving too much, is June, who's a girl, works for the government, and then Day is a wanted criminal, and they sort of meet, and then June, everything June knows turns out to be a lie, and all that kind of stuff, and romance and stuff. But it's really good. The next book I read this month was Cress, and as I said in my last video, Women Chronicles is turning out to be one of my favorite is my favorite series, even though I haven't even finished yet. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I've given all the Women Chronicles books I've read so far 5 out of 5, even though Cress is technically my favorite, but they're all kind of 5 out of 5 books. This is a retelling of Rapunzel, and what I really liked is this one sort of takes more of the original story than the other 2 books, I I really enjoyed a lot. And I think the fun part about reading these books is seeing all little things they take. Mariah's taken from the original tale, but I think this one had the most, at least from memory. I'm so glad about how this sort of ended, but also it was kind of cliffhangy. Now the next book I read, again, is also a continuation of a series I started last month, and it is Steve Ashes, the second Mortal Instruments book. This one had a really annoying cliffhanger at the end, so that pissed me off. But overall, I did actually really enjoy the book. There was some twists in there that I may have flipped out a little bit. I remember messaging Sabrina going, what the? Well, I didn't say what was actually said the actual thing happened, but spoiler free. And then just things keep happening, and I was like, what's going on? But I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited to read the next one, which I'm hoping to do release this month or next month. I have to, put in the whole library first. I also gave this a 5 out of 5. The next book I read was Eleanor and Park by Ray Burrell, and this was really cute and sad, but mostly cute. Just the ending was sad. I really did enjoy it, and I don't not usually really straight up romance books, but this had a little bit more going on, probably helped. But it was cute, it was sad, and I don't know what else to say, but you should read it. I also gave this a 5 out of 5. The next book I read was Caprice, A Stockman's Daughter by Doris Pilkington or Nugi Garimara. It's written by Indigenous Australian, and it's about Indigenous Australians. It follows 3 generations of this family, the grandmother, the mother, and daughter. I don't really know how to explain this book, but it's actually really short. But I think it does well, considering the number of pages it actually has. I didn't feel like anything was missing. I didn't feel like, I wish that was explained more, or that was explained more. I think it's so short because it actually goes straight to sort of the point. Doesn't fluff or fluff on or whatever the word is. I did enjoy it. I gave it 4 out of 5. If you can find this book anywhere, please read it. It's really gives you sort of insight into more Indigenous Australians, which I don't know a lot about, I'll be honest. The last book I read this month, if you follow me on Instagram, you would know this took me way longer than it should have. For some reason I still struggled reading it. I don't know why. I think I just read it at times I was too tired. But that is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I read this because I've seen all the Rings movies and the first 2 Hobbit movies, and I'm really interested in the world, but I haven't actually read any of the books. I attempted to read this last year, but I borrowed it a bad time, so I had to return it before I finished it. I really did enjoy it. I gave it 4 or 5. There was a couple of things I was felt a little bit rushed, and then I got a little confused, but that's probably because half the time I was reading it late at night when I was very tired, so so half the story is kind of gone to me. So I would like to reread it again one day. It's just really interesting because, as you can see, this is not a big book. It's only like 281 pages, or 82 pages, at least this edition is anyway. And they're making 3 movies out of this. And legit, like I was reading it and got to the point where like the second movie ends, and with the third movie is assuming is the start, and legit the third movie is based on like 50 pages, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little less. I'm not sure how that's gonna work. Obviously, they're gonna add a lot of stuff. The rest of bits I could see them extending because like the thing at the end, so it was like the big event, felt a little bit like it wasn't really described. It was sort of just said this happened and this happened. Whereas in the movie they could obviously show it. Of course, now I have read this book and I know how it ends. Things happen in the end that I didn't think were going to happen. So now I have to watch the movie. At least I'm ready prepared, because if I saw it happened in the movie without reading this beforehand, it would have been interesting. There's a lot of songs in here. Like, why hasn't it been turned into a musical yet? Because like every like chapter there's like a song, like someone starts singing. To finish off this video, we're gonna do something a little bit different here on Glacier Comics. Here in this beautiful Emmett Lego movie cup, Lego from Macca's, we have a list of all the books on my shelf that are unread, and I'm planning to start this thing where I at least try to at least get through one of them. So I don't know what book we're gonna read. I'll take the pen out. Let's go. Whoops, that was not supposed to happen. What book are we reading this month, Jess? We're reading Stacy and the Bad Girls by Anna Martin. This is the 87th book in the Babes Club movie series. The only thing is, it's like a sequel. It's a continuation of the storyline, another book that I haven't read. So I'm gonna actually read both. I'm gonna read Stacy vs. the BSC, which is number 85, and then Stacy and the Bad Girls, which is like its sequel. So that's my wrap up. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know in the comments below if you've read any of the books I mentioned and what you thought of them, or the books you read this month that I haven't and you think I should, because if they're good. Till next time, bye bye.